Hi folks, my name is Stephanie Rouse. I'm a professional costume designer and fabricator. So we go from the design process, so that's renderings, drawings, sampling materials, etc., to the actual fabrication of the thing. I've made everything from big white Victorian type wedding, like big fluffy gowns, to dog costumes to fursuits. And I've done everything from theatrical productions to art installations to individuals to making stuff for myself. Because hey, who doesn't want to make stuff for themselves, right? So this is the big guy himself. So he's scaled up probably around 5 times. I believe somewhere between 5 and 6 times the size of the model comes out of the box, if you will. How he works is he's like a big puppet piece on his own that 2 arms and 2 hands control. And if you see all the way down here, there's all this fabric. And so think of it like this wraith, like black neck. And then you can see here there's a piece of black mesh that a person can wear. They would put their head through here and their eyes would go through here, and there's an elastic headband that goes around their head, and it allows it to sort of stay in place while they're moving around while they're in the mask. So he has 2 holes cut into the side of his, mask. Oh, there we go. I think we're good. And I would normally be wearing black satin gloves, just so that you don't see my hands, but the lighting in this room is such that we don't really have to worry about that. So, because of this model's really unique and really awesome feature of having the hinged jaw, what I did is that there's just a series of connectors on the side that just hold all of this fabric together. And so, for my right arm, the one that's holding the upper part of the head, the skull, it's just resting kind of in a sling. And then the bottom part is holding on to this section of the lower jaw, so we can open and shut pretty easily. And it sounds really great, realistic. Why don't you show them? How he looks on a person is like you see right here. So here's a set of photos of the character itself. And the person who's the body of the character, and by the way, I made most of the costume, is my partner, my lovely partner, Christian Souvran, who actually introduced me into 3D printing maybe about 3 or so years ago. So it's funny that the tables have turned, so to speak, that I'm the one who 3D printed the thing, and he's stuck in the horse suit. And so what we did is I made the horse puppet lip sync while, I'll bring you back over here. I made the horse puppet lip sync while we moved around the audience and threatened to bite people's heads off. It was pretty fun. So let's go into the specs of the thing now. So this guy is made out of approximately 38 separate pieces. So I went onto a program that I highly recommend to anyone who is taking models and scaling them up and needing to cut them down for the size of their print bed. Is NetFab free. Their pro program is also pretty good, but their free program is also pretty powerful. And if you're looking for something free, it is ideal. So what I did is I just took the model, scaled it up, and I sliced it down based on the size of my print bed. And then I just printed each piece separately. And this guy is glued together with an adhesive that I use pretty frequently called E6000. And what's really great about it is, let me see if I can show you. So like right here is a really good example. So with E6000, you can paint over it and it holds the color really well and it can blend in pretty well. Now, granted, I was making this for a nightclub, So we were going to be a little bit further away from the audience, which means I wasn't as concerned maybe about people seeing seams. If I were to make this guy again, what I would probably do is glue it together with that and then do a PLA weld all the way around each of these seams so that it would just seal that, seal those gaps. The filament that I used was the Matter Hackers blue glue in the dark PLA. At the 0.75, although 3 could work, it depends on your printer, obviously. And the key thing with this, when I scaled it up, I realized that the more outer, like the thicker the outer shell was, the better the outcome I was going to have. As far as other projects that I am working on, as far as 3D printing and costume making is concerned, I've been working on a large-scale costume of a video game character who has these long goat-like horns. And so I'm using another one of 3D Kitbash's models. It's their Ram Skull from their Bonehead Series 1. And I'm taking the horns and I'm scaling them up around 5 times and learning from the mistakes I've made with this guy. I'm printing those at around 5% infill, really thick shells, and that's coming along pretty good. I have some pictures up of them here because they're actually in the process of being glued and drying right now, so I don't feel like dragging the camera over and showing you guys and like possibly either breaking the camera or breaking the horns. So hopefully those will be done by July. And I will be posting more videos on that project as well. Thank you very much for taking your time to listen to me today. I'm looking forward to seeing the other projects that I hear about from you guys too. Thanks. Bye.